All right, Shalom, Israel. First and foremost, as always, I would like to give all praises, honor, glory, respect, and blessings to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Rakaha, Quadash. Salutations to the Lord's elect on the four corners of the earth, pushing his truth and sincerity while patiently waiting for Yahweh Shai's return. And double honors to our apostles and elders of Great Millstone, which have taught us everything we know through the spirit and power of Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai. And welcome to another series of news and prophecy, presenting you hopeful members of the elect as well as you few sisters out there with global events and linking it to biblical prophecy to show you that everything that is written in the Holy Scriptures are faithful and true, and that we are indeed living at the end of the wicked's rulership, the end of Esau Edom's kingdom, the end of Esau's world, for Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning of it that followeth, in which when you look up that word world, it goes back to the Greek word aeon, which means an age. We are at the end of a wicked age in which the Edomites, which the self-proclaimed white man, starting with the so-called elites trickling down, which called them the so-called elites who called themselves Rothschilds and Rockefellers, trickling down to the rest of their nation of people. Okay, we are at the end of their rulership, in which they are known as the wicked in the Holy Bible. Pentagon sending thousands of more troops to the Middle East as Israel begins ground invasion of Lebanon. Okay, so here it is, once again, the United States of America is stretching themselves too thin, okay? Which is why in Ezekiel, I'm going to just get it real quick, okay? It speaks about the land of unwalled villages. Because the only type of which a wall is likened unto what? A defense. Okay. And here it is. The U.S. is sending troops over and they're sending ground troops over to Lebanon. Meanwhile, they're allowing sleeper cells and UN troops to come over here, right? So, again, your military can also be likened unto your defense, in which a wall is likened unto a defense. So if you don't have any walls, that means what? Well, you don't have it. You not only have no privacy, okay? You not only have no privacy, you have no protection against rain, against weather, bugs, animals, but you're pretty much left vulnerable. You're just left vulnerable, man. And ultimately, that's what the Lord is doing with Babylon, okay? The Lord is putting the spirit on the left hand, which, the so-called elites who operate on the left hand, pretty much they're doing the bidding, the will of the Heavenly Father on the left-hand side. So, the Heavenly Father is basically making them send these troops, U.S. troops, out of America over into these other countries. Why? Well, so America's army can be stretched thinly. Let me see. Okay. Ezekiel 38:9. Thou shalt ascend and come like a storm. That's talking about Russia. Gog, which is Gog and Magog, okay? It says, thou shalt be like a cloud to cover the land, and thou and all thy bands and many people with thee. Thus saith the Lord, Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai. When you see God in all caps, that's talking about the Most High, whose name is Yahweh. It shall also come to pass that at that time shall things come into thy mind, and thou shalt think an evil thought, and thou shalt say, I will go up to the land of unwalled villages. I will go to them that are at rest, that dwell safely, all of them dwelling without walls and having neither bars nor gates. You see that? So your bars and your gates, your walls is your defense, which in this case, America's bars, walls, and gates is what? Is military. It's missile defense system, in which that missile defense system is something that the Heavenly Father can shut down overnight. Okay, so let's come back over here. And literally, this country don't have any bars or walls around this country. Like back in the ancient world, your walls were used to keep unwanted invaders out, as well as wild animals and things of that nature. So, okay, let's read this. The Pentagon announced Monday that the U.S. is sending thousands more troops to the Middle East as Amalek, or the Edomites, initiates ground raids into Lebanon, targeting Hezbollah terrorists, or they call them terrorists. But the real terrorists really are you small hats, okay? You fake ass Jews. You are the real terrorists, okay? But anyways, the few thousand additional forces, will up the total number of U.S. troops stationed at bases in Iraq, Syria, Jordan, and other Middle Eastern countries to some 43,000. The Pentagon did not say exactly how many troops will be deployed, but one official told the New York Times that as many as 3,000 service members will be sent to the region. Okay. So, just real quick, let's get this. And, oh, yeah. You know what? Something else I've been wanting to do. Okay. Let me see. Yeah. Hold on. But you know what? I'm going to keep that open, though, because, yeah. Okay. It's a lot. I don't like having too many windows open here. Some of these programs tend to randomly, shut down. And I don't like that. Okay. So, let's do this. Here we go. Let's do parallel. And okay, so there. So now let's go to Habakkuk, the second chapter. Okay. Now, it's my Blue Letter Bible app. I discovered something new with it. So let's go to Habakkuk. Okay. Chapter 2. And let's go to verse 4. Okay. Behold, his soul which is lifted up is not upright in him, but the just shall live by his faith. Okay. So the soul in these Edomites are not upright in them. Okay. Look at the proud. They trust in themselves and their lives are crooked. You see that? And what do the Bible say about a crooked person? Okay, who can make a crooked thing straight? Okay, let's see if I can find that. Let's see. Who can, because these devils are crooked, meaning that they're not right in the spirit. Who can make a crooked thing straight? Let's see if whatever. Okay, so I'm not gonna bother. Okay. Okay, Habakkuk. Okay, Habakkuk 2 and 5. Yea, also because he transgresseth by wine, right? He is a proud man, neither keepeth at home. Okay, and what does it mean by he neither keepeth at home? That means that he always got troops somewhere in somebody else's country, you know? You know, I mean, you don't hear about Iran having troops in on the borders of Russia. You don't hear about, you know, Syria having troops over here, you know, patrolling America, do you? No. So these Edomites always got to have troops in other people's countries. Okay? It says, he neither keepeth at home, who enlargeth his desire as hell, and is as deaf and cannot be satisfied, but gathereth unto him all nations, and heapeth unto him all people. Okay, so let's read that in the NLT. Wealth is treacherous, and the arrogant are never at rest. They open their mouths as wide as the grave, and like death, they are never satisfied. Okay, you know, just like death, they're never satisfied. You know, the Esau can never be content. Okay, Esau can never be content. That's not, you know, having a large landmass is never enough. You know, they gotta have, you know, your resources. They gotta shed more blood. They gotta take over more land. Like, you see what's going on here? They are never satisfied. In their greed, they have gathered up many nations and swallowed many peoples. Let's go to Micah chapter 2, verse 1. Okay. Micah 2, verse 1 in the KJV. Okay. It says, woe to them that devise iniquity and work evil upon their beds. When the morning is light, they practice it because it is in the power of their hand. Okay, you see that? So, you know, these devils devise iniquity, you know, and you know, all these things are premeditated, right? They premeditate these things, and then they do what? They act upon them. And they covet fields and take them by violence, and houses and take them away. So they oppress a man in his house, even a man and his heritage. Okay. It says, let's read verse 2 in the NLT. When you want a piece of land, you find a way to seize it. You see that? And one of the ways they find to seize a land is through what? False propaganda, you know. They'll create a narrative, and then they'll come up with some cover story to justify their actions. Look at what they're doing. Da 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 da. You know, they're doing this, they're doing that, and you know, blah blah blah. You know, the lives of the sewer rats are shaking in the sewers, and they can't live in peace. And you know, they got swarming around in doo-doo and toilet paper, and you know, we got to live down here and deal with the stench, and these poor people are in hiding. Well, we got to do something. You know, these people are threatening us, and blah, 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 blah. So, you know, when they want a piece of land, they find a way to seize it. Okay? When you want someone's house, you take it by fraud and violence, you know. And a house could be a land, a country, or a continent. And in this case, okay, this house right here is talking about the land of Israel, which don't even belong to them. But we understand why they're in that land, because Yahweh said it in Matthew. You know, he said that the land, he was referred to the land of Israel, shall be trodden down of the Gentiles till the time of the Gentiles be fulfilled. Who were the Gentiles that Yahweh was speaking of? He was speaking of anybody who is not an Israelite. Okay, so those people in the land of Israel today, they're not even Israelites. Okay, the Arabs, they're not Israelites. They are Ishmaelites. Okay, those fake ass Jewish people in the land of Israel, they're not Jewish. They are Amalekites, which will be descendants of Esau, which makes them Edomites. When you want someone's house, meaning their land, their country, you take it by fraud and violence. You cheat a man of his property, stealing his family inheritance. And ultimately, that land of the land of Israel is our inheritance. It belongs to our people, the true Israelites, which are the so-called Negro, Latino, and Native Indians. So this is what we got going on over there. Okay. Pentagon sending thousands of more troops to the Middle East. Okay. As Amalek's ground invasion of Lebanon begins. With that, I'm going to say shalom. Is on to the next one.